Welcome, Regis Jesuit Raiders. My name is Sam Stern alongside my good friend Jake Stewart. Patrick Carlson not with us here tonight, so I'll be your in-game producer as well as play-by-play alongside my good friend Jack Fate, doing a great job on camera as he always does. Again, my name's Sam Stern. Thanks so much for deciding to spend your evening here with us here on the Raider Sports Network. And Jake, a matchup between a Regis Jesuit team who's injury-plagued, we'll get to that in a little bit, and a Rock Canyon team who's 8-6 on the season. It should be a good one, and one that Regis should be able to win potentially.
Well, first off, to your point, Sam, you're just as talented as they come, so no worries there with Patrick Carlson gone. Sam Stern, the best replacement in the business. So, let's talk some basketball. You look at the Raiders, winners of 2 of the last 3 and 3 of the last 5. I don't know. I couldn't believe, a couple months ago I'd be saying this right now, because this team started a historic 0-9. All but one of those losses were within 10 points, however.
They have, but Jake, we first start off with this Regis team. Not the season that you'd ultimately expect from a Raiders team of both either boys or girls, but this team is injury-plagued. They're out. Will Barbera out this game with sickness. He got sick last night. Sad for him. We're praying for him. Chase Allen out for the season with a hand injury to get ready for the baseball season. He's one of the best pitchers, not only for Regis, but in the state. And we're also without Kyle Sandler, one of our best three-point shooters on the team and main scorers on this team. So a lot of injuries, but Jake, you know what that means? There's a lot of opportunity for guys to step into those roles, and especially with most of our senior leaders being out, except for Roman, a lot of opportunity to show who's going to be the next leaders in the next couple years.
That's right. You look at your kind of next man up mentality, and those 3 guys for the Raiders that can do that. The first one is Michael Wolf. He puts up 12 points and 4 rebounds a game. Then you got Kyle Sandler, 10 points, 6 boards a game, and finally Blake Lee Stoughton, 10 points and 4 rebounds as well. So these are the 3 guys that have to step up for the Raiders with Will Barbera, Roman Hamilton out. You talked about it already, Chase Allen out as well. So these players have to step up. This is a team against Rock Canyon. They're a streaky team. They lost 4 in a row after winning the consolation bracket to start the season. Then they followed it up with 4 wins in a row. So this is a very streaky team, a team you got to be able to shut down, particularly their senior Jalen Ashley, 14 points and 5 rebounds a game.
Yes, and then one more thing about Regis, Jake. We haven't broadcast together since the addition, but Clay Nanke, we talked about it last broadcast, got added to the varsity roster from JV. He's now a starter. He's now at the center position as a starter, not a shooting threat, but he can dunk it, he can rebound it, he can block shots. He's a versatile big man who really is going to fulfill the need at that center position, as Ty Bergman is going to be on this team, but Chase Allen is out. They needed big man depth. Chase Allen should hopefully bring it for this squad who needs depth.
That's right. You talk about Clay Nanke. He's a football tight end for those of you guys that watch the football season. A big athletic player. He can play just about any sports he wants to. He's also in my lifetime sports class. A very great bowler and golfer as well. So a kid that can do anything out there. And talking about doing anything. DeWeek Gibber-Merriam out there playing some defense on right now in the Rock Canyon box outs and closeouts out there in the corner. So good job by DeWeek. Got to give him a shout out.
So, and then over to this Rock Canyon team, Jake. They've had some great players come out of this school. Sam Maston many years ago, when we were in freshman, sophomore year, he was such an amazing player. He's at Northern Colorado now. They had Falkenberg last year, who was sensational. He was actually the backup for Maston his freshman and sophomore year. Started at point guard last year as a senior, and he's gone now. So this Rock Canyon team, Jake, losing a lot of their star players that they've had over the last 4 years. And now, just like you mentioned, Ashley has kind of fulfilled that leading scorer role. But, Jake, they don't have a per se a main go-to guy. It's usually a by committee, as you would say, win, where they go to multiple guys to provide scoring. And Jake, they're 8-6, so they have had some great games, but not fantastic. Nothing that the Raiders can't handle.
That's right. When I look at this Rock Canyon team, I look at their size, right, Sam? 6 players, 6 seniors above the height of 6 foot. You look at Tommy Rouse, 6'10", Jake Hassett, 6'8", and finally Chris Schlesinger, 6'5". So 3 players. Yep. They got to be able to take advantage of the Raiders down low. You have Chase Allen out there, so Clay Nanke's got to play great defense down there. The Raiders are undersized tonight, and we'll see if Rock Canyon Jaguars can take advantage of that.
And Jake, an older team too. This team consists of all juniors and seniors except for 2 sophomores on the roster. So an experienced team. And Jake, I can already tell you I recognize a lot of the faces on this team from the past couple years. So they have a lot of returning guys. They play a nice style of play. They're very three-point oriented, Jake. It's something I've learned from Coach Shaw from being the assistant manager last year, and I loved how he did this in his pregame talks. I'm giving you an inside scoop, people. During his pregames, he would always come and watch JV games beforehand and analyze their game, and then based on the way JV played for the opposing team, that's normally how varsity will play. So if we're judging based off of that first JV game, Jake, they love shooting that three ball. You got to watch the three-point line, and that actually leads to our keys to the game, which I know that you want to talk about, and especially with Rock Canyon, I know that attacking the rim is something that you wanted to see from them, something that they're not always great at. They're a three-point oriented team, but maybe seeing them take it to the rim.
Got to be able to take it to the rack. You talked about it. You're oversized against the Raiders team. A Raiders team, too, you can get them in foul trouble, make your free throws. I know the Raiders have had troubles with fouls so far this season. That's one way to attack the Raiders, particularly down the stretch. This Raiders team lost a lot of close games, so if you want to be able to beat the Raiders, you got to get them to that point, and generally the Raiders cannot finish. But we're still waiting on that. We've had a couple Raiders wins most recently, so hopefully the Raiders then can come back and get this one. Sam, one thing I didn't mention this is one of the keys to the game, but one thing is the weapons for the Raiders, the freshmen, Teray Fulcher and Archer Van Sickle, two guys I think could step up tonight with some extra minutes with these guys out, so I look for those two guys and maybe make an impact tonight.
They can. There's definitely going to be a lot of, but as I keep saying, this definitely needs to be a game by committee. Everybody needs to chip in, and Jake, there's not a lot of subs, so the opportunities are there for just about every single person on this roster to produce, but not only to produce, Jake, but to lead. And, you know, we talk about from the beginning of the season senior leadership. We didn't have a lot of seniors coming into the game, only 3. Then you talk about we only have 1 now. It's a matter of figuring out who's going to step up in that role for Will Barbera, who's actually here tonight, going to watch the game. He's on the floor right now, coming on your screen. But it's going to be interesting to see who's going to take over, Jake, and provide that leadership that the seniors normally provide.
That's right. And another thing I want to watch out for tonight is Roman Hamilton. Roman Hamilton came into the game.
One of the seniors.
That's right. He had the boot on pregame, and now he's out there warming up. So Roman Hamilton, we'll have to see if he gets some limited action tonight with the injury. And hopefully he gets to touch the floor tonight with all these injuries. We'll see if he gets out there.
So we have a really big game for you here tonight. Thank you so much for spending your evening here with us on the Raider Sports Network. We are so excited to be here at Guy Gibbs Arena for an exciting matchup between the Regis Jesuit Raiders and the Rock Canyon Jaguars. Again, Sam Stern, Jake Stewart, Sam Stern again, and Jack Fade alongside Sophia Marsnick. We'll see you later for tip-off and starting lineups. Thank you. Welcome back to the Raider Sports Network. Sam Stern, Jake Stewart, and Jack Fate bringing you your live broadcast tonight of the Regis Jesuit Raiders versus the Rock Canyon Jaguars. We're going through starting lineups right now. Rock Canyon going on right now, but Jake, we're excited to bring everybody this matchup. It should be a fun one. Again, an injury-plagued Raiders team. Just got done talking to Will. He's devastated that he can't play with his team tonight. He just had a fever last night that was just unbearable, and he's feeling better today. He'll be back at school tomorrow, thank goodness. But it's going to be tough for the Raiders, Jake, just like it has been this entire season. But they have the guys to be able to win.
I have to ask you, Sam, with that Will Barbera comment. I know he's on your intramural basketball team. Will he play through that sickness?
It's the hope.
Okay.
We are playing.
I'll be there.
Yep.
I'll be watching. I'll be cheering you guys on, and I hope Will can play in that one.
Yeah, that's the ultimate hope. So we'll see. But Jake, as we get this game going and game started, I'm really excited. But the last couple games, Coach Shaw has gone with an entirely new structure in the starting lineup. Instead of going with one big man, which was normally Ty Bergman in the middle, they're going really big. They're wanting to really use the post presence with Ty Bergman and Clay Nanke starting. What do you think about that? Do you think that's good, or do you think that maybe we should go back to a small ball lineup?
Well, I think it's just more so a counteract of this Rock Canyon lineup, if you will. The lineup of Rock Canyon is as tall as they come. You look at these guys coming out right now, several players above that 6'5" mark, so you got to be as big and as athletic as possible out there, and I think that's what Coach Shaw decided to do. He wants his big guys in there. You see Clay Nanke taking the tip and starting in this one. He'll be fun to watch his first start as a Regis Jesuit Raider in his varsity uniform.
So here we go for tip. Clay Nanke is going to tip this one up, and here we go.
Little double tip there, but Rock Canyon getting that one nonetheless in the black and gold, and the Raiders in the red and white.
Here we go, Rock Canyon swinging it around. They're a three-point shooting threat. Let's see what they can do tonight. They're very confident. In the past, they've been in the fight for championships the last couple years. You can never count them out. They're a talented team. Moving it around the court, trying to find the open man. It's Ashley taking his first shot of the game. No good. Board there for Rock Canyon.
We talked about it earlier. Ashley, 14 points, 5 rebounds a game. You cannot let him shoot from the outside, and he gets one there.
What a block. Clay Nanke helping, and here comes Michael Wolf.
You already see that physical presence of Clay Nanke down low. He's doing a great job so far in this one.
Blakely's down handling over to Clay Nanke, the newly acquired big man. He's number 44 on your screen. Alonzo Paul crossover, looking for an open man. Alonzo to Blake. Blakely's down. Let's see what he can do, Jake.
Paul's got to shoot this one here. He will.
Paul
on the way. In and out, but Clay Nanke there, the big man going up strong for that.
Clay Nanke, spin move. Yes, sir! What a move from Clay Nanke, confident as ever.
Already making an impact in his first career Raiders start here on the varsity team. What a start here from Clay Nanke.
What a move from Clay Nanke. The fake, the spin, and the two. What a take from Clay Nanke, the first-year center on varsity.
You can't take these Raiders for lightly, Sam. You can't take them for granted. You look on paper, you see that ball way off there on that shot. The Raiders 3-11, but Sam, on paper they look like a team that can't compete, but really 9 out of their 11 losses have been within 8 points.
Foul was on Schlesinger. His first, team first.
Foul called there on Rock Canyon.
Michael Wolf coming up the court. Over to Alonzo Paul. Rock Canyon going with the full court trap to start off this one. Wolf to Clay Nanke. He's in the inside. Nice pass to Ty Bergman, a three. Short, and here comes Rock Canyon.
Bergman's got to hit those. It was a great pass from Clay Nanke as he went to the floor. Raiders got to hustle back on defense now. Cannot give up that open three. Got lucky on that one. Michael Wolf going up strong for the board there.
Wolf with the powerful board in transition. He's lethal at the three-point line. Alonzo Paul, fake, dribble, crossover, left, take. Travel. Tough call there for the Raiders.
He walks in, but I love his aggressiveness there, not letting that size get to him. That short size, he's probably a foot smaller than those guys inside there, but why not take him in? You got the speed on these guys, just got to beat them on the outside.
Rock Canyon getting this one in, and here they go.
Schlesinger.
And a foul.
Draws the foul there. Blakely Stoughton picking up his first and the team first as well.
So the Raiders being aggressive, Jake, obviously on offense, they're swinging it. They're getting their looks. It's just a matter of finishing at that end. But the defense, I'm loving the momentum, the aggressive nature. I'm loving it.
Particularly down low, too. Clay Nanke not letting the sides get to him. Ty Bergman doing a good job as well. Down there, a steal there from Bergman. Raiders trying to go quick here. They've got plenty of numbers. Michael Wolf take it home and finish.
Good. Oh,
gotta make that one.
Jake.
Have to make that one. That's one you want at the end of this one.
Transition 3. No good. Offensive board. Great play there. For 3. No good. And Blakely Stout grabs it.
Rock Canyon 0 for 4 so far in the three-point land. 3 offensive rebounds, though. Raiders got to prevent that. Box out down low.
Ty Bergman fakes a 3. Nice pump fake. Takes it inside.
And 1.
And 1. Count it plus the foul. What a play from Ty Bergman. The pump fake and the finish for 2.
Hassett wanted the charge there, but he just flat fell over on that one, and Bergman takes it home to the rack straight for the and 1 here. Got to capitalize on this free throw now, Sam.
Ty Bergman at his first free throw line attempt, and he gets the lucky roll.
Free throw is something the Raiders have struggled a little bit with here on the season, just over 50%.
Rock Canyon getting pressed early by Alonzo Paul, the shifty point guard, averaging 8 points per game. He's been solid this year. He tends to turn the ball over at times, but he's a smart point guard when he's playing well.
The defense so far for the Raiders has been stellar. They just got to defend that three-point line.
Trying to find the post. Ashley up top, still yet to score. He's the leading scorer at 14 points per game. Figuring out what they're going to do. Nice post move. Pass outside. Kick. Ashley, one more.
They want to get into Hassett, the 6'8 big man. Instead, they take the long 3. That one's off as well.
Great defense from the Raiders. Out to Michael Wolf. Excellent start for the Raiders on the defensive end, Jake.
Bergman had it. They look there. Took it in. Draws the foul. I like that, Sam. I like being aggressive down low, not letting that size get to you. 6'8 player and a 6'5 player down there for Rock Canyon. The Raiders still attacking the rim, and you love to see it.
Here comes the first sub of the game, Rao, 42. Actually played at Highlands Ranch his freshman and sophomore year. I played against him freshman year. He dunked the ball twice.
Wow, so for Coach Kent Grams for Rock Canyon as they get a steal there, Sam. They're going with size right now. A 6'10 and a 6'8 player out for them right now, so we know their strategy, get it down low and attack on the Raiders.
Ashley being patient with it. He's played with guys like Falkenberg, like Maston, like Gilbert, some of the great players that have played at this Rock Canyon team. What a spin move in the inside with the left. Pretty play by Rao. First bucket of the game for Rock Canyon. It was excellent.
Nothing you can do there if you're the Raiders. High-low screen to get him on the little guy. Easy shot there for Rao.
Ty Bergman, 3, good! Nice shot from Ty Bergman from the left corner.
What an answer there for the Raiders coming back off of the post up down low from Rao. Bergman answers up with a three-pointer. Raiders up 6 here.
Rock
3 minutes
Canyon
left
swinging
to
it. Great swinging from Rock Canyon. Inside, Rao trying to get 2, and he got it. Rao, 4 quick points off the bench. He's playing great, and they wanted a foul too.
Raiders ready to bring on the freshman Van Sickle. He provides a three-point shot as well as an offensive.
What a pass!
Guy.
Play Nanke.
Blakely Stoughton down low with the left. Put it home, and the Raiders up 6 once again.
That's exactly why they brought him onto this varsity team. He is a versatile player at that center position. He can dish it, he can score it, and he can play defense as well.
And Roman Hamilton getting ready to check in as well. We talked about him. Not sure how many minutes he was going to get off of that little injury he had, but he's back tonight.
Rao. He's patient, Jake.
Smart double team down there, 2 for the Raiders. Why not? A 6'10 player down there. Almost a travel there. He almost walked on that one. Doing a good job of defense are the Raiders. That one way off.
Ooh.
Couldn't buy that bucket for Jake Hassett. Excuse me, that was Jalen Ashley, the leading scorer. Could not buy that one from 3. Way off.
Van Sickle and Hamilton checking in for the first time tonight. Hamilton playing with an ankle injury tonight, but he will get this one. Here comes Blakely Stoughton up the court. Stoughton, Nanke, Van Sickle, Hamilton, and Bergman.
Flying by is Blakely Stoughton. Nice
Great
take there
by Stoughton. The Raiders are firing on all cylinders to start this game. 12-4. Working the dribble is Rock Canyon. They're trying to find Rao in the post. He has 4 of their points, and he's coming off the bench at that center position at 6'8".
It's just high-low screens. That's how they run their offense. Get somebody open down low. Hopefully the cut works out. So far the Raiders doing a good job of switching.
Great defense by Ty Bergman inside. Fake, spin move. Great defense.
Bergman got a little bit of that one there. A little block there from Ty Bergman to defend that shot. Roman Hamilton trying to go quick here. A little up and under shot. No good there. Gets his own rebound off the mark.
Archer's there, and he gets the... Oh, it spills out of there.
The archer, Sam, I thought he had a bullseye there. And timeout. Rock Canyon Raiders up 8 now. With 1 minute and 53 seconds left. Sam, talk about a great start for the Raiders.
This is an excellent start, Jake, and as much as we'd want to say that we wanted this to happen, I don't think we did see it coming, Jake. But nonetheless, we'll take it. 12-4 is your score, and Jake, obviously things working out for Regis on both the offensive and defensive end, but I have to say the one thing that I'm loving is they're really working out of the post. They're using Clay Nanke and Ty Bergman not only as primary scorers, but passing out of the post, and they're finding players on a consistent basis.
And I was wondering, too, how Coach Shaw would use this lineup tonight against a bigger Rock Canyon team. He's done the exact opposite of what I thought he'd do. He's attacking down low on this bigger team, playing great defense as well, not just on the offensive glass. The defense has been great. Only 4 points for Rock Canyon, and hence Raiders' 8-point lead.
Rock Canyon coming up the court, having trouble finding offense. Ashley has 0 points in this first quarter. Rao has all their points in this start of the game. Great 2-3 zone by the Raiders they have going. Ashley inside to Rao. He has double team on him.
Great defense there from the archer. And Roman Hamilton got to go quick now. He's got Zoe up top.
Lonzo Paul layup. They got it! The Raiders are playing the best basketball of the season, and the game has just started. 16-4.
You stop them on one way, take it down the other way, and use the offensive glass and the pressure to your advantage. Raiders taking advantage there, and that one, almost another turnover there. The Raiders defense stepping up so far tonight in a big way.
Trying to figure out what they're going to do. Don't have any kind of offense going.
Just throws that one up. He wanted a prayer there, and that goes the other way. Over the back call there on number 42. That's Rao, his first, team fourth. So the Raiders, Sam, 57 seconds left, and I think one of the most phenomenal things the Raiders have done so far tonight is that three-point defense. Rock Canyon, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league, and when they can't shoot threes, they think, well, we can get it down low. We're one of the bigger teams in the state. Raiders denying that one as well, so I want to say the best defensive quarter so far from the Raiders. 50 seconds left, got to hold on to the lead in this one.
Lonzo Paul, Ty Bergman, Michael Wolf. They're swinging it around. Wolf fakes the three. Still, he has one layup in this game so far, but he can shoot the three ball really well. And then they steal it from Roman Hamilton.
Can't have that turnover there. That's an easy two for Rock Canyon, and they throw it away. So another turnover there on the Jaguars, and it's back the other way. So here come the Raiders in the other direction. Sam, what do you think about winding this clock down, get one final shot here, maybe even a 2-for-1 if you're the Raiders?
We'll see what the Raiders decide to do. I think a 2-for-1's smart, but we'll see what they do. Michael Wolf back to Alonzo Paul. Let's see if he slows down pace. They're swinging it around, trying to find a shooter. They find Michael. He's the shooter. No good. And here comes Rock Canyon.
I like the shot selection there. That's Michael Wolf's shot from that perimeter corner line. The Raiders have to play defense here. 8 seconds left to go.
5 seconds left. Rock Canyon looking for a shot. 3, 2, fade. Ashley. No good. Great first quarter from the Raiders. They hold this talented Rock Canyon team to 4 points, and Ashley has 0 at the end of the first as Clay Nanke will check in at the beginning of the second. We're going to take a quick break here on the Raiders Sports Network. We are so excited to be with you. Jake Stewart, Jack Fate, and Sam Stern. We'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to the Raiders Sports Network as we're getting ready to broadcast this one. And Jake, talk about a mega surprise. This team came out and played the best first quarter of the season with all the injuries they have.
Once again, it's the youth. We talked about it. Alonzo Paul playing great. Ty Bergman, Archer Van Sickle. And I think, Sam, the best player so far in this one for the Raiders, Clay Nanke, coming in, getting his first start as a Raider, playing phenomenal out there, a versatile athlete. And Coach Shaw finally giving him the opportunity. He's been great so far.
Michael Wolf stops on a dime over to Clay Nanke. Nanke has looked really good tonight.
Zoe with the floater, a little bit of an off-balance shot there. Not the look the Raiders wanted on that one, but a nice move to get open there.
14-4 again is your score. 7:30 left to go in this second quarter and first half. Number 4 for Rock Canyon, Hirschberger, played in the JV game before. He is a three-point sniper. You got to watch him. And there's a call there, an offensive foul. Great defense from the Raiders.
And going back to Hirschberger, Sam, your point on him, the number 4 man, we watched him before this one. His only second start of the season, his second game being played. He had that opportunity. He got shy to end that first quarter, threw it up to Ashley, and Ashley had to send that one up with no time left. So he had an opportunity there, but played a little bit shy and timid.
Roman Hamilton looking for an option. The only senior playing tonight on this team. Again, Chase Allen and Will Barbera both out due to illness and injury.
Raiders being a little slow out there right now. They got to be able to move. Archer Van Sickle now passed that one off to Zoe. Zoe take it himself.
High floater. Oh my gosh, it hit the top of the ceiling and down. Alonzo Paul, he's great.
Double-digit lead now for the Raiders, and they got to continue their defensive promise in this one. There's a three-pointer from him, and that's off the mark. Hirschberger not passing up on that one. And here's Archer rack the other way. Archer
for three.
To answer.
Oh, no good. Blakely Stoughton comes back in for Roman Hamilton, who had a good defensive stint in there. They're going to need it from him all night long if they want to win this game. Not only from him, but for everybody.
He has to be on his A game tonight as the only senior. He's got to be a leader as well. We've seen Roman Hamilton a little shaky at times this season, particularly with turnovers and free throws. He's got to make up for it tonight with his defense, one of the best parts of his game.
Rock Canyon coming up the court. This is 13. Cool. And that wasn't cool as they get a block on that one. But they're going to call a foul on it. It was Blakely Stoughton coming over on the help side. Weak side, I guess you should say.
And 13, Sam McMahon, the one at the free throw line. He was the one last game. We thought he might have had a concussion. He walked out in that one holding his head. He looks to be okay in this one, obviously, as he's at the line right now in those pink shoes. Sam, talk a little bit about those shoes as we had a little break in the games, but we're back to the shoe action here. I know we talked about the girls. It was all white shoes, but now we're back to some boys action. Tell me a little bit about the shoes out here.
Well, those are Hardens, Jake, and you obviously know him and I have a lot in common. We both can grow beards, we both can get buckets, and we both can shoot threes. So you know I love those. And
a lot of similarities.
Yeah, a lot of similarities between the two. We're actually best friends. We're also both Houstonians.
Sam was rooting for the Nuggets last night, I'm sure, though, right?
I was.
Okay, good.
Of course
good,
I was.
Good.
Lonzo Paul has Michael Wolf on his left. Michael Wolf. Great patience. Wolf, three, wide open. No good. And Clay Nanke cannot grab the board. And here comes Ashley in transition, still yet to score tonight.
Ashley wants it. He's going to try and take it himself. He passes it off there. Rock Canyon trying to get it down low. The Raiders and Clay Nanke doing a nice job of stopping him so far with that look.
Cool. Over to Hirschberger in the corner.
Way off. Short on that one. Hirschberger, the long rebound there. Zoe didn't box him out. Another three-pointer there, and that one's off. So Sam, 0 for 8 on three-pointers so far for Rock Canyon. They cannot buy a bucket tonight.
Something we're not used to seeing from a Rock Canyon team also. Van Sickle looking for Alonzo to move. Alonzo calling that screen from Clay Nanke. Takes a three. No good. And Ashley, it's off of him.
So Blakely Stoughton, a great hustle play there. But Sam, I want to say to credit this Rock Canyon defense so far in the second quarter, the Raiders haven't had as many open looks. They got to be able to move without the ball. That's key in this game so far. Got to be able to do it like they did in the first quarter.
Archer fadeaway three. No good. And Cool gets the rebound, loses it to Blakely Stoughton.
2 straight hustle plays by Blakely Stoughton. Raiders got to convert.
Oh, off on the mid-range jumper. But then again, Rock Canyon.
Blakely Stoughton, what a hustle play there. 3 in a row for Blakely Stoughton, and it's back the Raiders' way. So Blakely Stoughton, what a presence out there on the floor. The Raiders have got to take advantage of this one up 10, Sam.
Never lacks in hustle, Jake.
That's right. He reminded me of myself back in the day. You know, I mean, I can't shoot. I'm no shooter like Blakely,
no, you
but
can
the
shoot,
hustle
Jake.
was there.
You can shoot.
It's a little pickup
Last time
basketball.
we played pickup together, you could not miss. They were talking so much trash to you.
As
Michael Wolf talks trash on that one and scores.
You can't stop Michael Wolf down low. He'll shoot it inside and outside. Puts another one home there. The Raiders 18-6. And Sam, we talked about last game how disappointing the Raiders' first quarter was. 6 points scored, and now Rock Canyon the other way, only 4 points scored in their first quarter. So very low-scoring games between these couple teams. Rock Canyon getting blocked down low there. Ty Bergman and Blakely Stoughton coming up for that one, and it's Raiders ball.
Hassett met his maker on that play as he went up for The strong take and gets rejected at the rim by Blakely Stoughton, who can play at both ends of the floor.
And Sam, I want to talk a little bit for a second. I heard Roman Hamilton today in my AP Stats class. He was talking about how these games, you talk about Thunder Ridge and Rock Canyon, two teams, great teams as you see that one go out. Two teams, he said, they'll play you close, and they're low-scoring games. They're aggressive. They're fight games that'll come down to the wire. You saw Thunder Ridge, a 1-point loss for the Raiders, but a 40-39 game. This one, the Raiders already 18 points. They're doing a great job of attacking and playing great defense as well.
They are. Cool. Taking it all the way. Hassett. Trying to get it over. Great defense from Archer Van Sickle coming over to help. Able to save it to Cool. Trying to find an open man.
Completely bailed out there, threw that one up. Great defense inside for the Raiders. That one's off, and Ty Bergman, a strong rebound there.
Raiders keeping their excellent defensive hustle alive. Blakely Stoughton. Crossover dribble to Archer Van Sickle. He has one layup on the game. He's taken multiple threes. Michael Wolf pump fake. Lonzo Paul. And Michael Wolf, you can tell, Jake, is their primary offensive weapon right now.
So's the Archer for three. Off the mark there, that one.
Ty Bergman takes it again.
Raiders on the offensive glass, killing it tonight, and Blakely Stoughton turns that one over. Hirschberger now, pass that one off inside. Rock Canyon.
Oh, play it out, Stoughton! Get that shot out of here right now! What a play, Blakely.
Go back
Don't even
to Rock
come in
Canyon.
here.
Oh, my goodness.
In the words of number 13 on your own team, that's just not cool. As he gets swatted at the rim with passion and fury on that play.
Sophia Marcinek dabbing over there with her picture on that block. I'm sure she will. What? My goodness, what a block there from Blakely Stoughton going up high. And he's been all over the place tonight, Sam. 3 offensive rebounds in 1 possession, and now that block. Wow, Blakely.
Talk about emphatic with an exclamation mark on top.
Travel there. Raiders ball. 3:43 left to go. Raiders on top, 18-6. Michael Wolf. Sam, he's been great all night long tonight, and so have every Raiders player out tonight. You wondered how the depth was going to hurt the Raiders tonight. Only 8 guys out there. Got to bring some guys up from JV as well, and the Raiders, it hasn't daunted them in any way, nor has the size.
Blakely Stoughton, patient. He can use both hands. He's a very versatile player, and that one is off of the Raiders. So it will be Rock Canyon ball. And Jake, one of the rare turnovers we've seen tonight, which I'm not used to saying because normally our team leads in turnovers every game, but tonight they're really handling the ball well.
Sam, a funny call there. Coach Shaw was looking over at Michael Wolf and said, what the hell were you thinking? You're throwing it down to Lonzo Paul down there on the block against the 6'10 player. What are you thinking? He won't do anything with the ball anyway. And luckily the Raiders didn't have to deal with that one. So here's Rock Canyon with it now. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left to go.
Great defense from the Raiders. They're going man. They started out in a 2-3 zone. It worked, but they're going to go man here as Blakely Stoughton saves it.
He's soaring for that save there and steal, and Blakely Stoughton all over the place tonight. Raiders trying to go up big here.
Alonzo Paul working the dribble. He's a patient point guard. He's a junior. He's played on multiple different teams here at Regis. This is his first year on varsity.
I want to see him get that open look inside, and there it is. Blakely Stoughton had it. Sam, they got to continue to get those inside layups. Can't settle for those 3-point jumpers like they've done so far in the second quarter.
Looking for the open man. Great defense from the Raiders. A lot of the bench players on this Rock Canyon team are JV players as well.
Nice close out there from Ty Bergman, the big man. Working inside, take it in and out. Blakely Stoughton going up big for the rebound once again.
Roman Hamilton has Michael Wolf in that right corner, but he carries it.
I hate to say it, Sam, but he's good for one of those a game. One of those little carries or travels, if you will. That's the second turnover of the game so far from Roman Hamilton.
Between the guard duo of Alonzo Paul and Roman Hamilton, there tends to be quite a few turnovers, Jake, which will be a problem come playoff time.
They made up with it so far with their defense so far. We
You're
can't
right.
give it to them there. 2 minutes left to go here in the second period of regulation. Alonzo Paul, there's the defense.
18-6 with 1:53 left to go in this exciting first half of basketball. Alonzo Paul, the undersized guard, almost with the steal on that play.
Raiders got to continue to play physical. Got to switch on those screens. That's the whole Rock Canyon offense. The Raiders have read it well so far.
Great pass by Ashley and a finish. Excellent pass by Ashley, the senior leader on this team.
Jones put that one in for the Jaguars, and they ended that 5-minute scoring drought there. Only 8 points to show for it so far from Rock Canyon.
Alonzo Paul, he's fouled.
Great take there from Alonzo Paul, taking it to the rack. Not afraid. I love that from the Raiders tonight. Not afraid against this Rock Canyon size down low.
Clay Nanke about to check back in. The 6'7" center, as Jake mentioned earlier, multi-sport athlete. Basketball, football, baseball, as Alonzo Paul.
Bowling. Can't forget bowling. He's a strike
golf
machine.
Yep, as the first free throw's good for Alonzo Paul, a player who lacks at the free throw line at times, Jake. He's inconsistent. Some games he's good, some games he can't find the shot. But tonight, hopefully we get the better version of Alonzo.
So far tonight, he's played great defense, too. I've never seen this kind of defense from Alonzo Paul. You know, the offense is always there from a player like Paul. But it's the defense and it's the hustle from Paul that you want to see game in and game out, and it's been there so far tonight. Let's see if you can get this second free throw for the Raiders.
And Jake, as an undersized guard, you need the defense from him, and he's been there on a consistent basis, Jake, and you got to be happy with what you're seeing.
I'm very happy with the Raiders at the free throw line tonight. 4 for 4. Blakely Stoughton happy with him as well. Gets almost another turnover there, but 4 for 4 for the Raiders so far tonight. They haven't been so keen on free throws thus far this season, but so far so good at the line.
Rock Canyon being patient with it. They only have 8 points in this first half so far. They need to try to gain some kind of momentum if they want to stay in this game. Ashley looking for cool, wearing the slick James Harden shoes. Left open from 3. Too hard, and Blakely Stoughton yet another rebound. He's been fantastic.
If I'm Rock Canyon, I'm letting Rao take that in himself. He had a good look there, pass it off for 3-pointers. They're 0 for 10 now from the line.
And isn't that interesting, Jake, that they're kind of going away from Rao now?
Why do that on a 6'10 player like Rao? That's something you do. You take it into the rack, and rather than bringing it out to the perimeter, that's all he's done all game long. Haven't been able to shoot all night long for the Jaguars.
Blakely Stoughton going to inbound this one to Alonzo Paul. He's been steady at that point guard position this evening. Fantastic play, especially when they needed it, with Will Barbera being out with illness.
Look for the Raiders to take it down to the final look here. Wolf now looking down low for Bergman. Bergman trying to post up on the bigger player down low, throwing that one away. And that one I put on Michael Wolf, Sam. Not the greatest pass down in there to Bergman, but the Raiders might catch a break here. The Raiders are not going to get it this time, though. 21.9 left on the clock. Raiders up by a score of 20-8 here.
And I don't know what was going on there, Jake, because it was almost like they were trying to look for Ty in the post, but just could not execute the right way. I don't really know what was going on there.
Raiders trying to stand tall here on the last possession for Rock Canyon. 15 to go here at Lou Kellogg.
Taking their time. This is Fallen. Played on varsity last year. He's a junior now, so he played varsity as a sophomore last year. Inside. Get that out of here! Blakely Stoughton! Blakely Stoughton!
Clay Nanke looked like he was throwing a football on that play at the end there, Sam. A fun little throw at the end, but 3 blocks for the Raiders so far in this game, and every one of them has been emphatic.
Yes.
And I look here at the scoreboard, 5 fouls right now on Rock Canyon, only 2 for the Raiders. You credit that to be able to take it down low, and Rock Canyon, not enough pressure down low on the Raiders, and the Raiders have just been great all night long, particularly on the defensive side, and hence the 12-point lead.
A great start to this game. So our halftime show, I'm actually going to be doing a halftime show with Coach Dar. We're going to do a little preseason check-in on the baseball team. And then post-game, you'll hear from Mariano Adame post-game and a couple other guys. But we'll bring this interview with Coach Matt Dar to you in just a minute or two. We'll be back with you in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning in. 20-8, your Regis Jesuit Raiders. Welcome back to the Raider Sports Network. Thank you so much for spending your evening here with us again. My name is Sam Stern, and with me, good friend, weightlifting teacher, and head varsity baseball coach, Coach Matt Dar. Thank you so much for being with me tonight.
No problem, no problem.
Coach, we have to talk about this baseball team. Last year, you won a great state championship, and talk to me about how that was just the entire season, but especially the feeling of winning a championship like that.
Well, obviously, it's super special. You know, you never really realize it in the moment what's going on as a team comes together. But you know, we knew we had a really good, talented team. But as the season progressed, started coming together, and you could see the chemistry building. And you know, obviously, winning a championship for those kids was something they'll always have. Can never take it away, and something they'll always have that's super special for them.
Yeah, and especially for that too, Coach. You got a lot of players returning from last year, a lot of senior leaders too. That has to make you feel really confident going into this season, having so many guys back.
Yeah, it's a different outlook for sure. I mean, I think now there's, the target on our back. There's the pressure of being state champion. Everybody wants to beat you, but certainly from a talent standpoint and from the people that we have back, we're certainly equipped to at least compete for it again. You never know how the chemistry is going to be and how kids come together, but I'll take our talent, or especially our pitching, up against anybody in the state.
Yeah, and you brought up a great point. You got Chase Allen, you got Jacob Thompson, those two, and Alec Willis. You talk about those three guys alone already going to be playing D1 baseball. That's got to make you feel ultra confident, really, against any team in the state, as you just said. Those guys are heavily reliable, and they'll hopefully be your senior leaders as well.
Yeah, in baseball, especially high school baseball, if you get good pitching and you're in every game, you feel like you have a shot. And I think we'll be pretty good offensively this year with the kids we have back, and with that pitching staff, you just feel like if you get a lead early on, other teams start to press, and it's really hard for them to come back. But you just feel like every game you're going to have an opportunity to win, which is somewhat unique with the depth that we have. You just don't see that on most high school teams.
Yeah,
the number of good pitchers that we have.
Definitely. Well, it's going to be an exciting season for sure. Make sure to tune in. We're going to try to do as many baseball games this year as possible, broadcasting-wise, and we're all really excited to bring it to you. We'll have post-game interviews, pre-game interviews, in-game interviews with players, Coach Dar again, Coach Robbins, and some of the other coaching staff members. Coach, thank you so much for being on with me, and we're so excited to watch your team coming up in the next month or so.
Of course. Thanks for doing the games this year, too. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sam Stern will be back with you in 5 minutes for second half action. Thank you. Welcome back to the Raider Sports Network. Sam Stern, Jake Stewart, Sam Stern again, and Jack Fade alongside Sophia Marcinek. Jake, how about that for a first half? Obviously, we want this team to win, but we'd be lying if we said we expected that. We didn't.
No, we sure didn't. A dominating side by the Raiders in those first 2 quarters, both on the offense and the defense. I think it all comes down to attacking the glass. The Raiders dominated in that first half, and they did a great job on defense as well. Those two combined for the Raiders to step up and give them a 12-point lead heading into the second half. You have to continue to attack, Sam. I saw them kind of failing in the second half a little bit more to attack the rim and get those open looks down low. It was more of a jump shot type of quarter here in the second quarter, a lot of three-point looks. But for Rock Canyon, though, 0 of 11 from three-pointers. They have to get going, and they have to take it down low as well if they want to be able to get back here in this one.
It's weird, isn't it? It is weird for sure.
It sure is. A team with their strength being their three-pointers, they are 0% from 3 tonight, so look for that to change at some point. But for the Raiders, got to credit them so far tonight, Alonzo Paul.
Rock Canyon, great pass inside, looking for an option, swinging it around. Great defense from the Raiders tonight. They're playing man. They started off the game in a 2-3 zone. And that's a take inside, and a brilliant one at that.
Hassett, the 6'8 senior, going in strong there off the glass. 10-point deficit now for Rock Canyon.
Blakely Stoughton looking around, surveying the court. Over to Alonzo Paul, screen and roll, looking for the roll. Alonzo Paul with a nice dip floater. How about that for a pure little drop of the dime? And he gets the 2.
Sam, how about Jalen Ashley? Still not a bucket tonight. 0 points for the leading senior of this team. 14 points, 5 rebounds he averages per game. Crazy.
Great man defense by Wolf.
Outside, he wants
Ashley.
it. He'll take it. First points, not even close.
Not even close. Where were you looking? The exit, which is where you'll be heading in 2 quarters.
Blakely Stoughton, little shimmy.
Alonzo Paul, he's taking his time. That is why he is such a talented player. He really puts it at his pace of play. He's not in a hurry. He's wanting to get the open play every time.
Clay Nanke, little pick and roll there. Bringing it inside, off the mark.
No good. Ty Bergman, he was hustling.
Close there for Ty Bergman. Almost got that one. Good fight down low for Ty Bergman all night long with these bigger guys down there in Rao and Hassett. Sam, you look at Rock Canyon really quick. 8-6 team. They've won 2 of their last 3 after losing 4 in a row. This is a team, when they're hot, they're hot. And recently, they've been really good. The Raiders been slowing them down tonight, though.
The Raiders electing not to switch on screens. A 3 there, and it's down. The first 3 of the game for Rock Canyon. And it comes at a perfect time for this team who's in need of a comeback.
Nick Fallon, the junior, and that one falling down for him as well.
Clay Nanke looking for Michael Wolf and finds him.
Rock Canyon looking more physical now on the defensive side. Raiders have to answer that, and they will.
What a take. Counted plus the foul. Michael Wolf.
That's a basketball player right there. Hard to the rack. Put it home, and the foul. Michael Wolf. Now, Sam, the Raiders are 59% from the free throw line. They're 4 of 4 tonight. That is a winning recipe from the line. When you can't win these close games, you got to work on your free throws, and they've done that so far tonight for Coach Shaw and this Raiders team.
Michael Wolf cooking in those hyper dunks. He's such a fantastic player for this team. He's really taken his role to the next level as a primary scoring option and a great defensive player as well. Ashley faking the pass, but Michael Wolf is not fazed.
We'll see if Ashley decides to pass the rest of this game or if he'll continue that shot until he gets it coming.
And if you notice, they went back to that 2-3 zone, Jake. So they're switching it back, and Jake, it's smart because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to mix up their team, because if you're switching between a zone coverage and a man coverage, they don't know what they're going to be looking for. They don't know if they're going to have a man on him at all time or if they're going to have to try to figure out a way to get around a zone.
And these high-low screens, too, to your point, Sam, for Rock Canyon, been working all season long, haven't done anything against the Raiders tonight. Couldn't get anybody open in that first half. That's just the Raiders' defense. And Ty Bergman, are they going to count that with the foul? I don't think they will, but Ty Bergman going to the line there for 2 free throws.
Oh, they called it offensive?
What?
Oh, that's an odd call.
I don't like that one, Sam. A little ticky-tacky call there. They're going to call the push-off there, I think, on Bergman, but I think that was a strong take to the rack there. Missed opportunity for the referee.
Number 2, Geck will see his first action of the evening for Rock Canyon. At the top left of your screen, foul there. It's going to be on the Raiders. Ty Bergman holding on in the middle of the paint.
Now this is where the Raiders have to get a little careful, Sam. I know it's only 3 fouls right now, but you're just getting started here in the first half. You only had 2 in the second half. You only had 2 in the first half. Now you have 3 in the second half. You got to play better defense.
Great take. Blakely Stoughton, yet another block, and he recovers it.
That's his 3rd of the game. Blakely Stoughton going up high now, trying to finish it on the other side now.
Mid-ranger. No good. Clay Nanke fighting for it, but they can't grab it, and here comes Rock Canyon. Fast tempo in the fast break. Steal Michael Wolf. They are reading every play defensively, and Michael Wolf and Blakely Stoughton are leading the break.
Let's see if they decide to slow it down here for the Raiders. Got to play patient. Get somebody on a cut there. Get an open look. See if they can get a layup.
Michael Wolf looking for the post. Yet again turns it over. They cannot find Ty Bergman in the post to save their lives. And out of bounds on Rock Canyon again.
A little hot potato going on now, Sam. Turnovers for both teams. They got to stay more composed with it. Be patient. Find those looks on the outside. And the Raiders have not attempted a 3 so far in the second half. See if Alonzo Paul can get open and hit one.
Blake Stoughton going to get this one into Alonzo Paul. Alonzo's been great today, and a 30-second timeout coming your way as Coach Shaw wants to regather his troops and figure out the plays that they're running and get on the same page. But Jake, you got to love the way, both in the first half and the second half, that they're coming out. They're coming out aggressive. They're coming out confident. You know, in the past couple games, Jake, we've seen them come out. It looks like they're almost lackluster, tired, not ready to play.
The effort level, yeah, it hasn't been there.
But
it hasn't been there.
It's totally different. We're seeing a whole new team. And, Jake, I'm starting to wonder if it's maybe because of the injuries that maybe it's flipped a switch. Maybe, like, we need to play better if we want to win with the guys that we have.
That's right, the wake-up call. You talked about it in sports when a team hits the lowest of lows, and I think for this team it was that 0-9 mark, but still, at 3-11, you're about as low as you can get. 3 seniors out. This is a time, Sam, there's no pressure on you tonight. You're playing a team that's supposedly better than you. They're 8-6, a team that's supposed to win this game. No pressure on the Raiders tonight. Come out, play your best basketball, and it's showing tonight up 12.
Blakely Stoughton right in front of us. Over to Ty Bergman. Blakely Stoughton fakes the pass and over, and that was a pretty loud slap of the hand as he just holds his hand in the air. But they won't call a foul on it, and Cool will take this one out of bounds.
That's 3 turnovers now for the Raiders in their last 4 possessions. They got to hold on to the ball and make smart passes.
Great defense from the Raiders, but they lose sight.
Schlesinger there down low, the sophomore.
And it was almost like a miscue, Jake. They kind of lost the ball, and he just found him.
It's been the duo of Schlesinger and Rao that's combined for 12 points so far for the Jaguars. An unlikely duo, Sam. We've seen nothing from Ashley.
Alonzo Paul for 3. Do it to him as he smiles up the court and dribbles into a 3. What a shot from the junior.
And we asked him, we said, are you going to ball tonight? And he said, yes, sir. Yes, I am. And there it is. Showing up big tonight is Alonzo Paul. The Raiders up 13 now. Good take to the rack there for Schlesinger once again, and he goes to the line for 2. So, Sam, this is a Rock Canyon team. They average 51.6 points per game, so call it 52, whatever you want to call it. 15 points right now, and we're halfway through the third.
Unbelievable.
Crazy. So Raiders defense tonight just stepping up better than I think we have seen them all season long on both sides.
You couldn't have asked for a better performance on both ends of the floor, considering the circumstances, Jake. And obviously, things aren't perfect. They're never going to be. But for a team who has lacked to find depth and defense and offense, this team has really played well, really confident, and just really well.
They sure have, as Schlesinger makes the second, 1 of 2 there at the line. And now a little bit of a press now for Rock Canyon. Raiders beating it well. Finding the layup there, cannot. Roman Hamilton had to pass that one sooner, Sam.
An ill-timed play there. What a finish by Schlesinger. Confident.
And a foul on the other end there. And Sam, Rock Canyon playing hard now, only down 10. They're pressing you, and this at times could get to the Raiders. You know, you start to get in your head a little bit. You've seen butterflies, if you want to call them, whatever you want to call them. You lose all those games, all those close games. Sometimes it just haunts you, Sam. You just want to have a lead like this and keep it.
Hirschberger checking back in. Number 4, he's a sniper. He's undersized like Alonzo. They'll be guarding each other, but he's a sniper.
I was just going to say, Sam, I'd love to see Archer Van Sickle get some more minutes. He's back out there for the Raiders. There he is. Archer Van Sickle, pass it off. Bergman.
Great patience. Archer Van Sickle.
There he is.
3. No good. Oh, Jake, that would have been a big one.
I wanted that one, Sam. I was sending up a prayer there.
Ashley still yet.
Oh, my goodness.
Schlesinger again.
He has 6 of this team's 10 second half points to Schlesinger, and the Raiders are being pressured now. They're going to have to call a timeout here if they're not careful. Got to stay composed with the ball now. Almost a travel call there. Stoughton, take it in. Go up strong.
And he's fouled. How about that, Jake? That is a junior right there who is taking that leadership role, Jake. And not only is he taking that leadership role, but he is playing so patient, confident for his age and his grade, Jake. He's fantastic.
Sam, as he goes to the lines, in the words of Vance Joseph, he is having the time of his life tonight here.
Yes, he is.
What a game so far for Blakely Stoughton. Blakely Stoughton, we'll talk about him a little bit more. 3 offensive rebounds, 3 blocks, and 8 points out there as he gets the second free throw. Man, has he been money tonight for the Raiders. Up 10 points now. Now you got to play some more defense if you're the Raiders. Got to defend Schlesinger at the point now, does Alonzo Paul.
Working it around. Hirschberger. I definitely messed up that name, but it's okay. Cool.
No, that sounded
or
good
was
to
it
me,
right?
Sam.
Oh, okay.
Like a Hershey and a hamburger
I hold myself to high expectations as that one's off of Rock Canyon. We've had to deal with so many crazy ones, Jake, that you just kind of get used to saying things
I was
wrong.
telling Patrick Carlson we need to put a blooper reel just of these names we've seen. I mean,
there's plenty.
You could catch Coach Dar, too, between baseball and soccer and broadcasting those games, hockey, these crazy names. I mean, man, it's fun. It's fun to watch.
There's a lot of material. This one gets immediately swatted out of bounds. 1 second comes off the clock. Clay Nanke looking for an option and gets it to Roman.
Interesting they have Nanke throwing that ball in. Big size out there. Should be calling a foul, and there it is on Hirschberger. That's his second. Team 4th.
And just a lot of lousy fouls from this Rock Canyon team, especially unnecessary ones. That one was not needed. Roman Hamilton was about to travel if they didn't call that foul.
And Sam, Coach that's the principal, Coach Grams for Rock Canyon, going with the smaller lineup now for Rock Canyon and the Jaguars. No bigger players out there. Good take there to drive the foul for Roman Hamilton and Archer Van Sickle.
That's going to be a foul on Archer Van Sickle, offensive. It was a great play, though, by Archer, trying to kick it to the wide-open corner 3 shooter in Alonzo Paul, but gets called off for an offensive foul. Raiders staying patient. 2 undersized guards guarding each other. Ashley still yet to score in this game. Not the type of game you want.
Blakely Stoughton, another steal. Here's Alonzo Paul. Let's see if he can take it home here. High off the glass, can't get it. Van Sickle the rebound, and a foul. Archer Van Sickle following in his sister Avery Van Sickle's footsteps. And the foul there. Raiders up 12 points.
What a play from Archer Van Sickle, the freshman player, as Jake just mentioned, brother of girls basketball star and leading scorer Avery Van Sickle, who is being looked at by a plethora of D1 colleges.
And I think Archer could be doing the same too. Like we said, he's only a freshman. We talked about him. He has to step up. He has to play his behind off tonight with all these players for the Raiders out, and he has done just that along with Blakely Stoughton. Coach Shaw, Sam, has to be happy here. Your team's up 13 points. 1:50 left to go in the third. Who would have thought here at Regis Jesuit Stadium?
Guy Gibbs Arena.
That's all right. I've called it Luke Kellogg. I've called it 100 different things tonight.
We've called it the AT&T Center
sometimes. That's right.
Oh, what a move by Cool. Oh, my goodness. You're going to call a foul on that? Give me a break.
Looked straight up to me, did Clay Nanke, and that's just a gimme call there, Sam. Cool going to the line. Not so cool on that one.
Cool with the nice up and under move, though, Jake. I got to give it to him.
The shoes are cool, though. I like the shoes.
I want them, Jake. I'm wondering if he'll sell them to me after the game.
Wearing the pink shoes, matching the referee's whistle tonight.
No good.
In and out.
So this Rock Canyon team, Jake, another thing that they're lacking in, not good free throw shooting tonight, and something that they're good. They're just an all-around good shooting team, Jake. That's why it's so interesting. They're not shooting the ball well at all.
That's right. The Raiders only 39% shooting on the season. Tonight, they've got to be over 60%. And at the line, they're still 100%, Sam. They're 8 for 8 at the line. Only 59% shooting so far this season at the line.
Cool gets that free throw. Michael Wolf's going to take his time as he comes up the court. Man coverage for...
A lot of screens down low for the Raiders. Get guys open. Continue to move without the ball.
Clay Nanke, not a shooting threat. He has the ball right now. Gets it over to the corner to Michael Wolf. Fake three. No good.
Raiders ball. Nice offensive rebound there, and good hustle once again by the Raiders.
Great hustle by Clay Nanke. 1:11 left to go in this exciting third quarter. 33-21. They get it into Clay Nanke. He's just been so patient tonight, so poised. Blakely Stoughton around two players. And a block. Blakely Stoughton, they cannot guard him as both student sections are going at it right now.
I'm hearing a lot of jarring between the two student sections, and that one could have gone either way. But if you're Blakely Stoughton and if you're the rest, Sam, you got to give it to him. He's been playing his butt off all night. Give him the foul there and let him go to the line. Raiders 8 for 8 from the line so far tonight.
Blakely, first free throw of the game is up. And good. Sorry, not his first free throw of the game of this possession. As he gets the first one to go. Wearing the nice Kyrie's. He worked on his free throw shooting and shooting overall over the break. As he gets that one to go too. So it actually looks like Patrick Carlson has been banned from using his car, so he's actually going to be living at home for a little bit.
I'll have him in my house if that means we can get him on the broadcast.
Yeah.
I'll talk to his parents.
We have a couple guest rooms. We'll feed you. We won't make you starve.
I don't wonder what happened, Sam. It might be a B on a test or something.
Wouldn't be surprised. Great defense. Rao, miss, foul.
Rao looked like he traveled there. I thought he walked on that one, but the Raiders will send him to the line. He's a poor free throw shooter, so why not send him to the line? But that's the bonus now for Rock Canyon. Roman Hamilton, get ready to check into this one.
Hassett first free throw is good. And great free throw for him. Jake, he was on this varsity team the last 4 years. He's a 4-year varsity player. He's talented. He can shoot it. He can stretch the floor. He can take it in the post. He has great post moves, a little fake spin, full spin into the middle. He's a talented player in the paint.
So many talented guys out there on the floor for both teams. The Raiders getting the best so far of the Jaguars, particularly on the defensive end. Raiders got to work through this press, though. Somebody's got to be there to help Paul. That man is Michael Wolf, and Michael Wolf takes it home to the rack. Roman Hamilton is there.
Quick pass to Archer.
What a pass by Roman Hamilton inside, finding the open man.
That's what you call an unselfish play from Roman Hamilton, the lone senior tonight for this Raiders team.
And the largest lead of the game now for the Raiders at 14. Close this half out on a high note if you're the Raiders now.
What a move. Loses it. Roman fighting against Ashley. And out of bounds. Gosh, Jake, the defense on Ashley tonight has been impeccable.
Still 0 points for that man. 0, and he averages 14 and 5 for Ashley.
Ashley, no good.
Oh my goodness.
Making the board to Clay. Oh, too high. 37-23, a double-digit lead for the Raiders going into the fourth quarter. Excellent defense on Ashley. Still has 0 points. They're going to look to him to be a leading scorer in this fourth quarter.
In the words of Jason Aldean, Sam, we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. Jake, we can feel it coming in the air tonight, as I knew that song was going to be coming. I called that one, Coach.
4 years paid off.
I know.
Tell your parents that money paid off.
I knew Coach Starr was going to do that one. We're going to take a quick break here on the Raiders Sports Network. We have an exciting fourth quarter coming, Jake. Are you pumped?
Hell yeah, I'm pumped.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight as we come back to you in 30 seconds. gosh! This song is so hyped
Oh my
up.
goodness, Phil Collins classic.
Phil Collins classic. You got that right. We're going into some fourth quarter action.
This is classic Raiders basketball. Gotta be able to finish those, Sam. That was our key to the game. Finish the game, please.
And
not the way you want to start off. Not the way.
A turnover for Alonzo Ball. He tends to turn the ball over on a consistent rate, but Jake, not as much tonight, and he's been playing good for the Raiders.
4 turnovers tonight so far between Roman Hamilton, Alonzo Paul, and Sam. That's good. That's good. Only 4 between the two.
Ashley for his first points of the game. Finally! Better now than never for Ashley as he hits his first bucket of the game, and it's a 3.
He sent a prayer up to the gods for that one, Sam. He's about 0 for 50 to start this one.
Alonzo Ball getting double teamed up top, works out of it, has Michael Wolf, floater, just off.
Great rebound there by Michael Wolf. Raiders dominating the offensive glass so far through 3 quarters.
Alonzo Ball steps into a 3. He got it! Alonzo Ball! He stared at him, pointed to the ground, and nailed a 3.
And this is Raiders basketball here. We waited a whole entire year for this, Sam. This kind of basketball being played by the Raiders, and so excited to finally see it coming out. 14-point lead. Sam, that was, I don't know, his feet might have been set there, but they're going to call a blocking foul on the Raiders. Blakely Stoughton and Ty Bergman getting ready to check in.
Great. How about that confident shot, Jake? You talk about a player who 1 year ago did not shoot threes ever. Now he's daring guys to guard him from that three-point line, and he is just magnificent, Jake.
He deserves it. All that offseason work, and Coach was telling me over the offseason, one of the most improved players between this season and last season. It's truly paying off. 7 minutes left to go here in this one. Raiders up 13.
Wearing the slick Kyries, too. That must be why.
I think so. I think so. It's the shoes. The change in shoes. What did he wear last year? Do you remember? Was it Kyrie's too?
He switched. He also wore, I think he wore some LeBrons at times, which are also a good choice. I love LeBron.
Never a bad choice. Never bad. There he is.
Lonzo Paul saves it. He's
and
being held.
And one.
Got it. That should count. Oh, no. No. That should count. Lonzo Paul being yanked on the way to the rim. God, he's fantastic. Regis is in the bonus.
I'm going to say it one more time, Sam. The announcer's jinx works so far. Every time I've said it, 10 for 10 from the free throw line tonight for the Raiders. Haven't missed so far. Come on, Alonzo. Make me proud.
First free throw is perfect, Jake. Unbelievable play by Alonzo today. His form is perfect. His mid-range, his three, his free throws, magnificent.
59% shooting on the free throw line on the year for the Raiders. 11 of 11 tonight. Let's see if they can get one more. They can. Coach Shaw clearly had them work on free throws, maybe even gave him a touch of his own shot, Sam. Nearly.
That's the guy to learn
from, He can't miss.
Jake.
He doesn't miss.
He cannot.
Raiders up 15 now, their largest lead in this one.
Cool swinging it. 3 bench players are in the game right now. That's not one of them. Kind of plus the foul. Hassett gets it plus the foul, and Jake, that's what Hassett can do. He's a senior. He has experience, and he realizes they're leaving the lane open because they know that this is a 3-point shooting team when they're on. So he bit for the pump fake, took it to the rim, and got it.
But to the Raiders' credit, it took them 3 quarters now to be able to attack the rim with their size. Finally starting to do it, but it's almost a little too late. They have Alonzo Paul down there. Get it to him. Baseball pass. Put it home.
Play from Clay Nanke. He's a football player too, people.
He's a tight end, but he can play quarterback without Nico Markiel, the traitor.
Markiel's gone now. Coach Dar getting a kick out of that one. I mean, really, Coach? We're without a quarterback right now.
He left us to play, what, 9A, Sam? Was that what it was?
Something crazy.
We weren't good enough for him or something?
No.
Blakely Stoughton's good enough for us, though. 44-30. Stoughton playing the game of his life. As is Alonzo Paul. What a pass underneath.
Fake. Wolf. Fade away. He got it. Plus the foul. Dirk. Flex on him. Mike.
Somebody call Dirk Nowitzki with that fade.
Dirk Nowitzki would be proud. The one-legged hoppity hop fade. Michael Wolf.
It's not even Easter yet, Sam.
Michael.
It's not even Easter yet. We have a couple more months. Whew. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, what a shot. Michael Wolf.
Make that free throw. Yes, sir.
Oh, Michael.
13 for 13 at the line now for the Raiders tonight. Up 17 points, and boy, does this feel good, Sam.
Unbelievable execution by Michael Wolf. Ashley, another three. He got it. He's starting to gain rhythm, and a timeout for Rock Canyon.
Raiders up 14 still, though. 5:48 left to go, and a quick break in the action. Sam, I want to talk a little bit about hockey for a second. This team, 6-3-1 this year. They're playing great hockey. They lost 14 seniors last year, so it's a team, a short team, not a lot of depth. But they're playing out of their minds so far this season. They have their two biggest games coming up this weekend. We'll have them for you on the Raider Sports Network tomorrow, 5:40. It's Valor. It's the Rivals. And Saturday, it's Monarch at 8 o'clock at the Sports Stadium. We'll see you there at those two games tomorrow and Saturday as well. We'll have basketball for you next week as well, girls and boys. The girls team, you saw them the other day. We had a win. You want to talk a little bit about that one, Sam?
Jake, it was a big one. The girls they're finding their way without Fran, Jake, and it's going to be summarized by Avery Van Sickle and Jada Moore. But Jake, we have, for those of us who are listening that don't know what happened to Jada, tell us what happened to her this week.
She became a McDonald's All-American, following in the footsteps of Francesca Bolivi.
It's big, Jake.
Big.
This team produces so much talent every year, and Jada Moore just one of the many talented players that has gone through this Raiders program.
And how about Coach Matty? He doesn't get enough credit, too. One of the best coaches in the state.
I'd go as far as saying that he's the best girls basketball coach in the state.
I think so.
He's excellent.
He should be winning that award this season. 10-4 this year for the Raiders. There are only four losses, coming out of state, so a team dominating in state of Colorado. Got to get that ball in now for the Raiders, and they do. Paul being trapped around the corner. They call it travel. Looks pushed on the outside there, but the pivot foot does step on the line there. Not a good start coming off of that timeout.
Raiders in the bonus. Rock Canyon not. So if the Raiders can draw fouls, it would be great.
Coach Starr played living on a prayer at that timeout, Sam. I'm starting to feel that right now.
He played that for Rock Canyon. Ashley, another three. No good, but he gets his own board. Nice kick pass. Three. No good, and Michael Wolf grabs it with two hands. And a foul.
This is a team, Sam, in Rock Canyon, 35% from three-point land this season. 2 of 17 tonight, and both of those threes have came at the hands of Ashley as his only 2 points, and he has been what do you want to call it, rock cold, ice cold, anything you want?
Rock cold, yeah.
He can't shoot the rock, that's for sure.
Rock cold, that is awesome. Let's see if Michael can be rock hot here, and he can, as he gets that one to go. And unbelievable effort between Michael Wolf, Blakely Stoughton, and Alonzo Paul, who have truly carried this team, Jake. Not carried, but have really been mega pieces.
And we can't forget Clay Nenke, too. He's been just a star power out there, down low, getting his first start in action, as far as I can say, as a Regis Jesuit senior on varsity team. Exciting to watch Clay Nenke, and he's still got a year left to go in this program.
They got a shooter in number 3, Fallen. He's hit 1 tonight. He's hit 3 now. He's starting to go off and find his rhythm. That's Ashley. Alonzo Paul.
He's had his rhythm all game long, has Paul. Let's see if Paul can take him here. Take him to the rack, Alonzo. He'll pass it off. Blakely Stoughton had the look there. He does a little pump. And Sam, those Blakely Stoughton pumps can be deadly at times.
They can. Because when they bite, he takes it right to the rim. With fury.
Giving the Archer a little bit of space. He could have popped that look too, but up 13 with 5 minutes. Raiders taking their time, looking for that look. Had Bergman down low, a little too slow, but it's still Raiders ball along the end line.
Not only some space, Jake, but how about these minutes in crunch time? Not something we're used to seeing, but with the injuries, Archer's getting that call up.
He's been good. He's still only a freshman. He's learning. He'll have those mistakes coming in. He'll let him pass the ball in here. Michael Wolf now, he's got to stay composed. No seniors out there for the Raiders right now. They're playing with youth, and they're playing good so far tonight.
Wolf, screen to Alonzo. Alonzo's been dynamite tonight.
Got to make sure you get out of the lane there. Good job, Ty Bergman. You don't want that 3 seconds call.
And they call a foul as Alonzo Paul will head to the free throw line yet again. And a technical foul on Rock Canyon as they disagreed with that call on the baseline, but it was a foul, Jake. They pushed him over.
It looks like that's on Ashley, and it is, Sam. So his frustrating night gets even more frustrating, if you will. Ashley, only a couple 3-pointers to show for it tonight, averaging 14 and 5. rough night for him tonight, to say the least, but Alonzo Paul and the Raiders just perfect at the free throw line tonight, haven't missed, and let's see if they can keep it up.
Alonzo Paul, a big game so far. He's made all of his free throws. He's made both of his three. He's went 2 of 3 from 3, but still a great percentage from him. Alonzo Paul, first technical free throws up, and good.
Wow, 16 of 16 from the line now for the Raiders. Got to keep it up here. And Sam, we talked about close games. We talked about finishing. All of that just comes down to free throws. And Coach Shaw, he's going to take this team out for ice cream afterwards. That's what I'm saying. 17 from 17 at the line. That's crazy. Crazy talk.
Michael Wolf's turn now. He's going to shoot the 2 technical free throws. My apologies. Wolf first. No good.
Oh.
Not something we're used to seeing from Michael.
Finally a miss for the Raiders. Took him 4 quarters to finally miss a free throw.
Wolf second. That should be good. And it is. A poised and confident shooter he is. He's good at mid-range fadeaways, 3-point fadeaways, a Dirk fadeaway as we saw in that third quarter plus the foul. Alonzo Paul being guarded by Cool. Alonzo, stop and pop jumper. No good. Offensive rebound. Michael Wolf, but no good. And here comes Rock Canyon and a foul. A soft foul there as the ref calls it on Blakely Stoughton. That's an interesting one there.
I don't know. Got to stay straight up on that one. Can't send Schlesinger to the line for easy points there. Up 16, you just got to put your hands out, play defense now for the Raiders.
Now both teams in the bonus.
This team's got the rival Mullen next on Saturday. That's at Mullen, a road game, 7 o'clock. That'd be another big win for the Raiders if they could pull off this one and somehow take down Mullen as well. Mullen only 3-10 this season, Sam, but it's these teams that aren't, particularly hot that could come in and just take you. However, it's those bigger team talents and bigger tiers. We saw O'Brien a couple weeks ago, one of the best players we've seen at Columbine. There's just so much talent, and it reminds me a lot of the Broncos, right? You play the toughest schedule in the state, and what can you do? You just finish it off. You play your best all the time, and it gets you better. As you see Alonzo Paul.
Blocked. Michael Wolf. Miss. Alonzo Paul fights for it and gets it. And he's fouled. Alonzo Paul's hustle has been unmatched by anybody on this Rock Canyon team.
Schedule looking a whole lot more brighter. A lot of sunshine left, Sam. Douglas County, Chaparral, Legend, and Castleview. The next 5 games for the Raiders. And we'll see if they can start getting a little bit of a hot streak in. We could see this team in the playoffs.
Alonzo Paul, another make. Coach Starr, how about Alonzo tonight? What do you think? Pretty good? Pretty good? I'd agree. Alonzo, yeah, not as many turnovers. That's right.
Sorry to some Rock Canyon fans going away. We better sing some bye-bye to them.
Alonzo Paul finally misses a free throw there. One of his best stretches of free throw makes. And a foul, so a lot of fouls happening right now as it stops the clock at 3:49. 53-37. Now, Jake, with this upcoming schedule that you were just talking about, obviously the beginning of our schedule, shown by our record, was really tough. But they have guys, or they have teams, Jake, now that are easily winnable games. What can this team do to win those games?
Well, the interesting thing, first off, to answer your question, Sam, it's defense. You hold the Rock Canyon team that's scoring 56 points a game to only 38 so far with a couple minutes left to go, now 39. But I think one of these things, one of the key stats of the season, Sam, let's take a break here for Ty Bergman to drive into the rack and put it home. But you look at this team, only 42 points. I was doing the math there, Sam. Only 42 points differential on the season scoring. So it's a team that's had close games all season long. They got to be able to finish, and then they win these games. It's Ashley. It's another 3-pointer.
Ashley, 12 points in this second half, all on 3-point makes. So Ashley's starting to regain his rhythm. He is a sniper. He has been that way every year that he's played on varsity, and continuing again as it's a 13-point game. Obviously not over yet. 3:30 left to go, but as Jake mentioned, a lot of great broadcasts coming your way in the next couple weeks as we get closer and closer to playoff time. And Jake's been doing a fantastic job with hockey. He's had Jaron with him. He's had Jaron Johnson, Hudson Ridley, Jack Fate's been helping out, Patrick Carlson. He has a great crew, and make sure to tune in. He does such a great job, and such a fun time to watch this hockey team who has yet again another winning record and playing some fantastic hockey, led by Coach Dan Woodley, who is one of the best coaches not only in the state of Colorado for hockey, but in the nation. As Stoughton, Bergman, Paul, Van Sickle, and Wolf will come out of this timeout. They get it to Archer. Ty Bergman, nice pass inside to Blakely Stoughton, easy.
I love these bigs passing to each other down low, Sam.
Yeah.
It's one of those things in the NBA and in college basketball and high school basketball. Like, it's fun to watch. You don't see it too often, but the bigs finding the open look, being unselfish, it's really cool to watch.
Hard on that three, and Michael Wolf snags the rebound out of the air as he comes up in transition, being guarded by Ashley.
And these final 3 minutes of all these games this season have really hurt the Raiders. Up 15 now, they gotta stay with it. Alonzo Paul now, good drive.
On a dribbling expedition.
Michael Wolf looking for some help now. Archer Van Sickle comes up. Michael Wolf will take it all himself.
Misses it.
Too much on that floater, and back the other way comes Canyon.
Cool, pump fake, floater. Oof.
Wow.
Not what you want there.
Had the open look, but not a great shot, and the Raiders coming out hustling up 15 points here. Alonzo
Paul
all day long.
He's just doing everything tonight.
Give it to him. Up 17 points. I'd love to see this man's stats right now, Sam. Wow, Alonzo Paul.
And another take for Schlesinger, Jake. So Schlesinger, again, providing a lot of the scoring, is another timeout. Called for Rock Canyon. They're using their timeouts.
And Sam, I love the Raiders, excuse me. I love the Raiders going back to this winning culture of basketball with Coach Shai. It's unlike him to start 0-9. I don't think it's ever happened in the history of the Raiders, a start in that manner. But with that schedule, with this youth team, I mean, you had to expect some sort of learning curve. But they sure have looked like a better team, winning 2 of their last 3 and 3 of their last 5, and it's been better, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been great for sure. 59-44, Jake, in this fourth quarter with still 2:12 left to go, and I have a feeling in the next minute or so it's starting to become the foul game. They're just going to have to start fouling, and it's a matter of making free throws. We know they have the talent to get it done, and they've been able to do it tonight, Jake, but it's just impressive to me to see a team like this come out with this kind of energy and attitude, but I'm wondering if it was something that we could have seen earlier in the season. I mean, if we played with this same energy in every game in our first 14, I think we would have a winning record right now, honestly.
It's funny you say that, too, because you got to look at the team and you just say, well, it's less talent out there than it was at the beginning of the season.
You're right.
So it's just finishing game. You just got to always have that effort level at 100. And no, that's why we're not going to name names, but that's why some of the players got benched because of that. They didn't put the effort level out there, and Coach Shaw didn't like it. It's been all out there on the floor tonight. Every player putting 110% out there tonight, and hence the 59-44 score with the Raiders playing great on both sides of the game.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because you're totally right on that.
Let's see if the Raiders can finish this one here. I'm not even going to say the arena because I'll mess it up. It's 4 years here, and I still don't know the name.
Roman Hamilton is checked in for defensive purposes. Alonzo Paul, aggressive. No way. Oh, my goodness.
If that would have went in, this place would have went into pandemonium.
Oh, my goodness. He's really going 2K mode on him tonight.
That last timeout brought the Rock Canyon student section from 100 to about 10. So a good job from the Raiders.
Alonzo Paul free throw. Off. So he's missed his last 2 consecutive free throws. He's got one more coming.
Schlesinger checking in. I mean, he's been good so far for Rock Canyon.
He's been solid.
Been a bright spot for this team.
Yeah, he's been a bright spot. Him and actually Hassett, who just checked out, and then obviously Ashley in second half as Alonzo Paul misses another free throw. Working the dribble is Ashley. Misses the layup, and Blakely Stoughton boards it. Big miss there for Ashley.
Raiders, I was just going to say they've done a good job against the press so far tonight.
Ashley a 3. Way off, too hard, and Ty
Bergman going up strong for that. And Sam, I gotta quote my Special Olympics coach, Will Monroe here. You grab the guy, and you throw him aside.
Oh, Blakely! Oh, my goodness!
Oh
my gosh, Will Barbera.
Oh, man.
Oh, they really tried that. Oh, my goodness. Blakely Stoughton. Timeout, Regis.
I haven't seen this team dunk since Hector was a pup. They almost did it there. Oh, Blakely Stoughton. This close
Blakely
to
Stoughton.
the first dunk of probably the season for the Raiders.
Oh, my good. I need to take a timeout just to catch my break after that one. 59-44, minute 24. Oh, my goodness, Blakely. Welcome back. Oh, gosh. I have butterflies after that alley-oop attempt that almost went down for Blakelystown. Would have been the first alley-oop dunk of the year for the Raiders. Oh, my goodness, Blakely, as Alonzo Paul comes up the court. Talk about a way to end the game if that would have went in, Jake.
Sam, I would have had to do my famous call, Sweet Baby Jesus, on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Thought we had that one. Come on, Paul. There you go. Nice bounce pass there.
Roman Hamilton hustling. Blakely Stoughton.
That's a foul. Okay.
Yeah, foul
right,
three
no
times,
call.
4. Okay, 4 times. It's okay, we're not counting. They need to take a 3 here soon if they want to stay in this game. Ashley fakes the 3, outside Schlesinger. No good, and Blakely Stoughton pounds the boards.
Here we go. Let's see if they can get a dunk here. Throw it up to Bergman. Come on now. Come on, Roman. You have him. You have time.
And the Raiders are probably going to dribble this one out unless they get fouled. And Blakely is fouled.
The student section wait until the 30-second mark to do this because, you know, Sam, sometimes you got to be careful. And for the Raiders, you really do.
Yeah.
9 losses within 10 points. But I really do believe we have this one in the bag. I can kind of smell it.
Yep.
It's a good smell out there. It kind of smells like, you know, chocolate-covered pretzels or ice cream or something.
Chocolate-covered pretzels.
Some good smell. I don't know.
It's an elaborate one.
I'll have to go to the old pretzel shop after this one.
Blakely Stoughton free throw. Number 2 is good. Blakely looked better than ever tonight. Deep 3 for Ashley is off. Rebound, Rock Canyon. 3, no good, and Alonzo Paul grabs it. We'll see if they just dribble it out, and they will. The Raiders come in tonight and grab their 4th win of the season as the clock winds down. 3, 2, 1, and it's over. Your Regis Jesuit Raiders have won. What a game. Blakely Stoughton, Alonzo Paul, Michael Wolf, Clay Nanke, and company, Jake.
What a win. What a win. This team putting it all out on the floor tonight. 17-point win over an 8-6 Rock Canyon team, falling to 8-7 now. And see, I'm going to give credit to my stats teacher, Mr. Mawson, listening right now. He said if this team gets 60 points, they win. They got 61 tonight, and they did it. Thanks, Mr. Mawson, for calling that one, and thanks to the Raiders for pulling this one off. We were waiting, Sam. We waited all season long for a dominating victory, and the Raiders do it tonight by a score of 61-44.
What a game. And Jake, before we close this one out, and in happiness, to say the least, happiness.
Rainbows.
Please tell me, what was the difference?
It was the defense. All night long, it was the defense. You stopped the three-pointer. They were 2 of 18 from the three-point line. I mean, you stopped the threes, you stopped the big man down low, and that's just a winning recipe for success. And then to add it on, 17 from 19 from the free throw line for the Raiders. So just great basketball all around, and they finally get it done here to get the win. What
a win it was, Jake. We're going to be back with you in just 1 second for some post-game action. Again, Sam Stern, Jake Stewart, Jack Vade, and Sophia Marsnick helping out as usual. We will be back with you in just 1 second. Thank you. Welcome back. I'm here with my good friend Mariano Adame.
How's it going, everybody?
Mariano, so you can speak in English. We're not going to do Telemundo mode.
Okay.
But Mariano, how about that? How about that game?
I think it was just impressive the way we took over there at the end. Everything was clicking. I mean, how about Alonzo Paul? This man went off. He was feeling himself tonight. He was confident, and I think that really showed in the scoreboard and our final result.
And how about that alley-oop?
Hey, if
that goes down,
fallen,
the roof falls down.
Everything, the roof is the ceiling, as they say. You know.
Yes.
That would have been impressive.
But as Jake and I were talking about during the broadcast, it seemed like the defense was one of the main differences between this game and some of the other losses that we've had, and even some of the wins that we've had. What did you see personally in the way these guys played that was maybe different from the past 14 games?
I just think we had our taller players stepping up on the defensive side when they would drive into the paint. they'd go up and they'd block the shot and they'd get it back, they'd get the rebound, and we'd hustle down the court.
Yeah.
So we capitalized on all those opportunities, and I think that was great.
And one other thing, too, what do you think about this whole Clay Nanke moving to varsity? I mean, obviously, in this game especially, I thought it was a great move. Adding him to that starting lineup, providing some defense and rebounding, he was phenomenal.
I mean, I've been saying it since day one. Big fan of the way he plays. He works his tail off.
Yes.
And he deserves an opportunity, and I'm glad he finally got this opportunity to prove himself, and I think so far it's paid off, and he's been making the most of it.
Yeah, he has. Well, there's more games to go, and we know that you'll be at all of them. We'll have you on a couple more times for a halftime show, hopefully.
Amazing. Sounds good.
We'll have you on. So thank you so much for tuning in with us again. Sam Stern.
I got one more thing to say.
Do it.
Hey, we're the best there is, plain and simple. No one's on our level. We can't compete. They can't compete with us, so let's go. Let's get another win.
When they play that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's get to the playoffs. Let's do it.
Let's
Cinderella
do it.
story.
Let's do it. 2K20.
All right.
Sam Stern, Jake Stewart, Patrick Carlson, Jack Fade, and Sophia Marsnick. Have a great night.